Hey, what's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode in my Football Manager series. This is episode number 45, and today we're returning with a season finale as we play our final game of the season where Millwall can finish in the top half of the Premier League for the first time in this series. If we play a game though, show how Mill will be getting on off camera. And of course, in the last episode, you saw our back-to-back victories against Watford away and West Ham at home, which you would say all but secured our survival in the Premier League, even with 9 games remaining. And I did say we need to get some wins in these games because the cluster of fixtures to end the season off was going to be very tough for us. And as you can see, it was indeed very tough. We started our run off camera of 8 games with a defeat away to King Power Stadium against Leicester City as the 2015-2016 champions beat us by 3-1. Jamal Lascelles scoring the first. Abraham bagging a brace in this game for Fox as well, and despite Kuchar getting us back in the game for the break, it was to be just a consolation as we tasted defeat there after back-to-back victories. Then a 2-2 draw at home to Bournemouth, where it was looking very likely we were going to have back-to-back losses. Callum Wilson scored against us, not at the end of the game like normally, but 15 minutes in. It's always annoying when Wilson scores against me because I'm like, you should be doing that for me. And then Lingard made it 2-0 to the Charities just past the hour mark. It was looking very likely we were going to lose, but Enzo off the bench with 7 minutes to go got ourselves back in the game with a header, and then in stoppage time latched on to a Mauricio Martinez hopeful long ball forward, ran through 1-on-1 and bagged the equalising goal to give us a point there, and I was delighted with that. Kind of interesting too because Enzo actually scored his first goal for the club against Bournemouth away in stoppage time, and then he scored again at home, and both goals are very similar. If you remember, that goal back against Bournemouth away from home was the long ball she latched onto and smashed home, so Enzo loves those through balls, what can I say? But following that, a defeat to Spurs 3-0 away at New White Hart Lane. Rafael Guerrero giving the side the opening goal of the game, then just 5 minutes later, Di Matta made it 2-0, and then Harry Wilson 11 minutes ago made it 3-0 to wrap up what was a very miserable performance and a very convincing and comfortable victory for the hosts in that game. So we lost by 3-0. Then though, some very good results, starting with a credible 0-0 draw at home to Manchester United. We stopped Mourinho's men for the first time in the save, so credible point, credible clean sheet, delighted with that. Then a 1-1 draw away at the Hawthorns against West Brom. Sardar Azmoun, a striker I've heard a lot about, made it 1-0 to the Baggies 4 minutes before the break. And John Black equalised 19 minutes after the restart to give us a point with a looping header, which took an age to come down and nestled into the bottom corner. But despite a 3-1 loss at home to Arsenal to start off our final 4 fixtures, where Lacazette bagged a brace, then Donker scored their third goal with 3 minutes to go as the Gunners got the 3 points. We had 2 massive games where I didn't expect we'd get any points from it. It was Chelsea away and Liverpool at home, and we started with Chelsea away at Stamford Bridge, and we won by 3-2. It was an incredible victory over the Blues, and one of the games of the series, no doubt. Well, we were full value for our win, I felt. We scored with every shot we hit the target with, hit the woodwork twice as well. Gutierrez gave us the lead, Moise Keane equalised, then Kuchar made it 2-1, and then with 3 minutes to go, Gutierrez made it 3-1 to surely wrap up the points, and despite Andre Silva scoring to make it 3-2, it proved to be just a consolation as we got a famous win at Stamford Bridge, and then we followed that up 7 days later with another famous victory. A 1-0 victory at home to Liverpool's Christian Gutierrez scored the only goal of the game. I gotta say, this goal was amazing. James Bree, our right back, incredible, showing what he can do on the defensive end and the offensive end, winning the ball back, winning it back after a slide tackle, then storming down the right, whipping in a fantastic cross, and Gutierrez said, cheers for that, James, I'll tuck it home, and that was the only goal of the game, where we got 6 points from 6 against Chelsea away and Liverpool home. Did not think that was going to happen, and that's why I turned to the Stoke game on the final day of the season at the Den. Well, you heard me say it at the start of the episode, I didn't think this was ever going to be possible in Season 6, but it is. If we win this game, we could finish in the top 10. It's unlikely, but it is doable, and let's see what happens. Stoke right now, they are playing for Europa League place, so a big game for Stoke, and just like last season, we're taking on a side who need to win to get into the top 6, or top 7 even, and get Europa League play. So Stoke have something to play for. We don't really, but we'll try our best anyway to make it 3-3 to end the season off on a high. And as for the champions, Manchester City already won the title, finished 84 points, and the top 4 is already confirmed. But as for the bottom 3, Crystal Palace and West Ham, as we assumed, are relegated on the final day. But there's an interesting race for who goes down. It's going to be Newcastle United, Norwich, Watford or Bournemouth. Looking quite likely it'll be the Magpies. They're away against Chelsea, I think it is, on the final day. And that's going to be very Manchester United away on the final day. That's going to be tough for them. And they got the worst goal difference record. But we'll see what happens and what team goes down out of those 4 right there. So, one more thing to show you just before we get into the game as well. We've had a new youth intake that happens around March time in the game. Or is it April? We've had a new youth intake anyway, and this is our best player from the youth intake, and he looks okay. Armand Kassa, he is a Kosovan striker, and he's 6'5". He's only 15, but he's 6'5". He's got high determination at 16, I really like that, 12 strength as well. He actually looks pretty decent. Heading's 11, finishing's 10, off the ball is 10, technique is 11. So as a target man, this guy could be pretty decent. He would be eligible to represent England as well if he chooses to switch his nationality. And yeah, this is the latest player at the academy. We didn't have too many good ones other than Webster and Brito after that, but this guy could be pretty decent, so we'll keep an eye on Armand Kassa as the save progresses. So here we go then, it's the final day as we take on Stoke City with very little to play for, but let's see how we do. And as you can see by the tactics, we are switching to 4-4-2 for the game because I've been using this off camera, and also in the last two games we beat Chelsea and Liverpool, so I'm going to use the 4-4-2 for the final day. And we're saying farewell to a lot of our players on the final day who won't be returning next season. So Freddie's in goal. It's back for a Ferguson who's leaving on a free transfer at the end of the season, Hutchinson who's leaving on a free transfer at the end of the season, Pontus Jansson who has hit the 10 games and will get a contract extension for next season for one more year, totally fine with that, and Marlon Romeo, who as we know is that an alarm? Oh God. Going to Sheffield Wednesday at the end of the season. Willock on the left, Wallace on the right, and in the middle, Ryan Tunnicliffe and Dimitri Payet, who are both leaving at the end of the season. And up top together, John Black and Jerome Sinclair, who might leave, I'm not too sure yet. On the bench, Forster, Fry, The Silver, Drinkwater, The Dream, Umar, and Kuchar. So final day, it's Stoke. Let's see what happens. Come on, you Lions. This could be the last time we see Marlon Romeo, Sean Hutchinson, Shane Ferguson, and Ryan Tunnicliffe in a Millwall shirt. Do you have any special plans to give them an appropriate send-off? Passionately, I'm going to say I couldn't speak more highly of them. Regardless of what happens during the match, I'm lucky to have worked with players of their caliber. And it is kind of sad to It is kind of sad to like see these players leave because they've been with us since the start of the save. And obviously Millwall players in real life as well. It's kind of sad to see them leave, but it's like as the save goes on, you got to do it. You know, you're making progression year after year. You got to think forwards, not backwards, and that's why it's time to let them go for first team football. But we'll always be grateful for their service. As Jed goes down the right hand side for the first chance, across the middle, easily caught by Butland though, and claimed pretty comfortably. And again, it's very funny how this season has worked out quite like last season as well, in the sense that on the final day, it's us at home against a side going for Europa League place, whereas we've got nothing to play for. The teams around us must be sitting there thinking, not again, seriously? As Tony Kroos on the ball finds Enes Ünal for Stoke, back towards the German midfielder, who was available on a free transfer at the start of the season. We couldn't pick him up though due to reputation problems, as John Black goes down the left-hand side, tries to get around his man and cross, into far post is Sinclair. Oh, it's off the line by Axel Twansby. I was thinking, is it going to cross the line off the underside of the bar and cleared away? Still 0-0, but Jerome Sinclair, whenever he plays, he really goes for it. And another highlight, looks like it'll come to Stoke City though, and don't ask me to pronounce that name, as the number 33 spreads it out wide towards Bernard, down his left-hand side. He'll play it into Tony Kroos, as the German midfielder plays it all the way wide towards Martinez. Now Xherdan Shaqiri on the ball. He scored in the World Cup yesterday. Plays it back inside. And now towards Kroos. Kroos towards Enes Ünal. Lovely passing by Stoke City. But Woodman makes the save and keeps it at 0-0. Definitely goals in this game, no question. And maybe one right here. Payet with a free kick. Floats one in. Ünal heads clear. But Jed Wallace picks it back up and finds Dimitri Payet. I shouldn't have played him on the final day last season, shouldn't I? What a waste of a contract that was, a contract extension, as Willett goes down the left-hand side and crosses. And there is Sinclair, who really should have made it 1-0. Golden chance, free header 4 yards out. And it seemed to hit him in the face and trickle straight through to Butland. But another highlight, it's been a fantastic start to the game for chances. Can we get the first goal? Wallace into John Black. And Black on the ball finds Jerome Sinclair. In the mood finds Black, who's on the ball. Butler with a brilliant double save though. And Martinez scrambles it clear. 2 golden chances for our 2 strikers, but neither of them able to find the back of the net and break the deadlock. And yet another opportunity, this time for Stoke. Ball inside towards Enes Ünal, and there is the first goal. It was going to happen at some point. There was no way this game was going to go too long, still at 0-0. And Enes Ünal does break the deadlock, and the visitors go in front. Nice passing move from Stoke there as they work their way inside. Bernard down the left, steps inside, drags a few blue shirts with him. Nice little through ball into Enes Ünal, and Woodman probably should have stopped that one but couldn't keep it out, and Stoke do have the lead. They're going for that Europa League place. Everton probably sitting there thinking, come on Millwall, seriously man, it's the final day, at least have a go. But 1-0 down. To be fair, we've played quite well to start the game off, just didn't take our chances, whereas Stoke have, and that's why they've gone in front. And directly from kickoff, yet another chance here for the visitors to double their lead quickly, as the ball's played back towards Tony Kroos, orchestrating things right now into Bernard, steps inside, back out wide towards Xherdan Shaqiri. And Shaqiri finds a bit of space and puts it just over the bar. Shaqiri is so fun to watch when he gets away from a few opposition players. He's just so exciting, gets the bums off seats. Corner for the Lions. What a half an hour this has been. Pyatt finds Jed Wallace, who looks for a bit of space to shoot, finds Willikin Sinclair. Oh, Jack Butland. What a save to deny Jerome Sinclair as we hit the woodwork there. This has been an incredible first half an hour. So many chances. I can't believe it's only 1-0 as Tunnicliffe plays it long, but Sinclair loses out in the air. Bernard receives it, and be careful what you wish for, because here comes Stoke, but Janssen makes the tackle though, and Pyatt gets it back towards Freddie, who launched it long. But it will come back to Stoke with Mason Holgate flicking it on. And here is Tony Kroos again, who right now, he needs to be closed down quicker. Kroos getting too much space to play the balls forward. As Bernard plays it in, Hutchinson clears. And Willock loses out to Kroos. Shaqiri into number 33, turns Sean. Bernard's at the back stick, heads it wide. How is this only 1-0? Well, as the game's coming to its close, we've had to wait a long time for another highlight as Marek slides it through to John Black. And here is Black on the ball, going for goal, but Butler makes a very simple save there. And an easy catch for the England goalkeeper, and it looks like that's probably going to do it. Well, I mean, football's a game of two halves, that's the cliche, but the first half was brilliant. There's been very little to report in this second half, but there are a couple of chances later on. We've missed a good one there. Can we find a late equaliser and claim a point on the final day? Ferguson across towards Dimitri Payet, and Payet controls for fine Ryan Tunnicliffe. Great one at the top. There's Marek Kuchar off the bench, and oh, it's going to go in off the post, and Kuchar off the bench gives... What was going on there? Did anyone see out for number 33? Kuchar off the bench has surely given us a point late on and got us a draw on the final day. Payet on the ball controls it well into Ryan Tunnicliffe. What a ball that was on Tunnicliffe to set Kuchar free. Butland got a touch but couldn't keep it out. 1-1 and there's the equaliser. Oh, and now can we win it late on? Kuchar down the right crosses. Twansby heads clear. But will drop to Abdul Kadir off the bench. Now Chris Willock on the ball going for goal. And that's not too far wide as it goes behind for a goal kick. But I think that will probably do it, and some late chances for the Lions to turn the game on its head, but in the end we'll be satisfied with the point, because that, oh, is it going to take us into the top 10 or not? Well, it looks like it will, and for the first time in the save, Millwall are going to finish in the top 10 courtesy of a late goal from Marek Kuchar. So we won't say too much to the boys at the end of the game. That is it then. The Premier League season comes to its close, and it is Newcastle who ended up getting relegated in the end thanks to a late Eric Dyer goal for Manchester United, because a point would have kept them up as well. And Norwich survive on the final day despite being beat convincingly by Spurs. And that is that then. The Premier League is over. We finish in 10th place. We're given £21.89 million for it. We've given some decent send-offs to a lot of our old servants, and this is how the Premier League final table is going to look then. So Manchester City crowned champions as we knew. Top four rounded up: Manchester United, then Chelsea, then Arsenal, with the Europa League place going to Liverpool, Spurs, and Everton in 7th place. Stoke do miss out on the final day. Would they have? No, they would have done it anyway. Had they beat us, they still would have missed out on goal difference. And the bottom three in the end then is Crystal Palace, West Ham, and Newcastle United on the final day, joining those London clubs in the Championship for next season. So a 10th place finish then, 50 points, 52 goals scored, 53 conceded, and that is better than last year on every single count. In terms of position, we rose up from 15th to 10th, a top 10 finish for the first time in the save. We scored more goals. Last year only got 37, this year 50, was it 53? 52. Conceded 53 this season. Conceded lots last season, that was 67, so a better goal difference record of just minus one. And more wins than last season as well. So in the end, a very positive season. And like I said, we're making progression year after year after year. And I'm absolutely loving it. So yeah, delighted with that. And what a great season for the Lions then. Finishing in the top 10. And we were only 7 points off the Europa League places. What a fantastic year this was. And without question, our best season to save so far. Onwards and upwards. Let's keep it going. And so, as we take a look at the end of season awards, I absolutely love this part of the FM. We can see the awards given out to our players. Clinton Webster was the Fans Player of the Year with 62% of the votes. He had a fantastic season, to be fair, but Gutierrez and Kuchar, I thought would be a lot closer than that. Those two were brilliant all season long as they finished in second and third. Kuchar won goal of the season against Leicester City. Gutierrez was the sign of the season on a free, no doubt there. Absolute bargain he was. And Clinton Webster, our young player of the season as well. And as for our season review, do. Few would have tipped Millwall to have been capable of avoiding relegation heading into the season, but the Lions confounded every expectation by achieving a top half finish. I swear that's what he said last year. The Lions have won the competition surprise packages, consistently defying expectations, and owing largely to an impressive spell of form between August and October that saw them rise to 11th, were able to celebrate a successful campaign, even though our highest finish in the end was 10th. Was that our highest finish all season? It wasn't, because we were in like 6th or 7th for a while, weren't we? But yeah, a great season at them, and as we hold the end of season team meeting, we'll discuss the plans for next season. I'm going to say to the boys, dun dun dun. The season's finished now, and it's time to focus on what we can achieve going forward. I think we can earn a mid-table finish next year, and need to come back pre-season with the same level of ambition, and everyone is delighted with that. And as we see, Janssen's just got that 1-year extension there. We've got the boys back for 6 weeks heading into the new season. And you can see our initial budgets for the new season. How much are we going to be getting? Last year it was £69 million. This year, heading into the new season, is going to be... Oh my goodness, that's the biggest budget I've had in any season in any FM Save on YouTube. JB... I mean, what more can I do to repay you? Are you joking? £110 million for the new season. It absolutely sucks that our club still doesn't have the reputation that other teams in the Premier League do, because it means we can't attract the best calibre of players, but £110 million? Oh my goodness. I mean, we're not going to spend all that, obviously. I'm trying to keep our finances as healthy as I can right now, so we're probably going to spend about half of that. But either way, £110 million. JB absolutely loves me. Why wouldn't he? Considering the progress we're making, £110 million. That is the way I want to end the season. Thank you very much, Chairman. So, that will end today's episode of the FM series, guys. So, a big thank you for watching. That's ridiculous. I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you have enjoyed the season and the season finale, then please do drop a like, as likes are of course very appreciated, and they really help channel out as well. Much love to you all. Have a brilliant Saturday night. I'm of course going to be playing through the pre-season all through this evening. And what can I say? I'm going to order a pizza, and I do this every single time the postseason comes around. I'm going for it to make the new signs. I'm going to order a pizza or something nice, something tasty, and try and make as many good signs as I can. And we will return with the next season, the new season, in the next episode. And depending on how quick I can get through the postseason, it'll be tough. It'll either be coming out tomorrow, which hopefully it will, or on Monday. So thanks for watching, guys. Have an awesome Saturday night. Wow, what a brilliant way to end the episode and to end the season. And yeah, we'll see you. Oh, Marvin, that's not what I want to see. And we'll see you for the next episode, the new season, with £110 million in the transfer budget, either tomorrow or Monday. I can't wait. I actually can't wait. And as I'm going through the players here, we're saying farewell to a few of them. Well, there's going to be some exciting new faces at the Den next season, to say the very least. Oh, Matt O'Reilly's going on there, mate. So yeah, I'm trying to fill the time as I go through the players. But I'm delighted. I can't believe that. Have a great night, everyone. And yeah, I'll see you for the next episode tomorrow, hopefully. Bye.